Can you do a video about the equipment you use and where to get it? I've been looking for a chest belt and shackles for a while now, and I can't find one anywhere. Where can I get a chest belt and wrist cuffs for chain breaking? Greetings! If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. My name is Eric Moss. I'm a personal trainer, motivational speaker, and a modern-day performing strongman. If you're unfamiliar with what a modern-day performing strongman is, picture the old-time strongmen, legends of the past like the mighty Adam and Alexander Zass. They would perform real-life feats of strength as part of a live show. I do a similar thing, but with a modern-day twist. Some of the feats of strength that I've performed in front of a live audience include things like bending steel bars, breaking chains with my chest, twisting horseshoes, rolling up frying pans, driving nails through wooden boards by hand, and even holding back a high-performance motorcycle. Now, being a modern-day strength performer and the fact that there's not a whole lot of us around these days to answer people's questions, in an effort to grow my YouTube channel by giving you guys what you want, I started a YouTube series called Ask Eric Moss, where I would invite you to ask me a question by dropping it in the comments below. And when you do that, I try to get back to you with your very own custom video answering your question. Pretty cool, right? So, this question is actually a question that I get asked a lot in various forms. And I'm just now getting to it. So, these questions, at least the ones that I've taken a picture of, come from Isma Santiago, and he has asked twice. Okay, never mind. So it's the same person. And they said, can you do a video about the equipment you use and where to get it? I've been looking for a chest belt and shackles for a while now, and I can't find one anywhere. Where can I get a chest belt and wrist cuffs for chain breaking? Thank you for asking that. The reason that you're not able to find it is because they're not mass produced. The equipment that I got, I bought directly off of Hercules Chris Ryder. You can send him an email at coneyislandstrongman@gmail.com and ask him for the rates. I bought them, I want to say like 8 or 9 years ago, because, I started working with him relatively early in my career. But one of the things also is you want to make sure that you're doing it right. So I wouldn't say just pick up the equipment. Take him on as a coach to help him coach you in how to actually do the feats and the mindset that it takes so that you not only can do it effectively, but trying to minimize the amount of risk that you're going through. There's always an implied level of risk with these things. And, one of the things when it comes to doing feats of strength is you're potentially pushing yourself past your limits, right? That's the mindset that it takes. But you don't want to necessarily take unnecessary risks. A while back, someone accused me of ego lifting. I'm like, no, everything that I do is very calculated. Even with the feats that I do, I look at every aspect of the feat that I possibly can and try to figure out how to pull it off while not putting myself in unnecessary danger. That's how you become a tech. And that was one of the things that Chris was trying to impart on me, is how to be my own tech, right? Now, with some of the feats that I wasn't that familiar with, that someone might have more experience in, it pays to learn from their experience. My first mentor, Greg Matonic, before he passed away, he was to a large extent self-taught. He had to reverse engineer the feats from watching other people do it. I've done similar things. I kind of did that with the motorcycles, is I just looked at the feat, I watched someone else do it, and I said, how can I pull this off? And then figured out how to make my own thing, which I think I chronicled in that video, is how I had it made. But specifically, the chest expansion belt I bought from Chris. The wrist shackles I bought from Chris. And you don't see them very often. I save the upper arm cuffs for if like the presentation is in like a small office where I don't have a bigger stage. That one goes up here, and I would have that at the same time as the wrist cuffs, because when I break a chain with my chest, things fly. You know, like links go flying, the chest expansion belt flies off of me. It's a great visual when it's on kind of a bigger stage, but in an office, it's not the right feat for that. So I'm gonna put his email for that in the comments below, and then you could just see how much it's going to cost to both make the equipment, because he's going to make it for you. Like the chest expansion belt, he had to get my chest measurement in order to make it. And the arm cuffs, I'm not really sure if he needs I can't remember if he needed the measurement for that. And then the wrist cuffs, I don't think he needed the measurement for that. I could be wrong though. As for the other equipment, like if you saw the strongman in the box, I built that feat. I brainstormed it, and I figured out how to pull it off with some of the things that Chris taught me in order to be my own tech. And then, what were some of the other ones? Like if I don't think I can figure something out, I'll ask him, because truth be told, he's a brilliant mind when it comes to this sort of thing. And it's actually one of the reasons I always push having him as a coach, because he like knows the subtle nuances that can make the difference in success and failure. You know, like one of the things that people ask me is like, is there technique? Of course there's technique. There's always technique with everything. But technique has to be backed with a lot of power. It's not just technique. But you're not going to find someone that has like a 500-pound bench press that does not have their technique dialed in, no matter how much brute force they're going to display. And it's the same thing with the various feats. You want to have your technique dialed in. You want to have the power to back it up. And you want to have the mindset that it takes to when you're on stage. But anyways, I hope that answers your question. I know it's been kind of a long search for it, and I probably could have just answered it in the comments, but I wanted to give a video, as I often promise. And as you saw, it's not just a simple, where do I get it, but the reasoning why I recommend, and you know it, well, you know how it is. But anyways, I hope that answers your question. If anybody else has any questions for me, drop it in the comments below, and I'll try to get back to you with your very own custom video. But if you like this video, let me know by hitting that like button. If you want to see more of this sort of thing, or you want to see the various chronicles from my various performances throughout the country, subscribe to the channel. If you think anybody should see this, please share it with them. This YouTube thing isn't rocket science. And if you want to support the channel, do all the things that I just mentioned that helps my channel grow and helps me get in front of more people. And if you want to further support the channel, you could do a super thanks. That helps out. And you can also pick up a copy of my book, which chronicles my story becoming a modern-day strength performer. Links are in the description below. And yeah, stay tuned for next time. And in the meantime, please stay happy, healthy, and strong, and have a great holiday. Eric Moss, over and out.